Hi everybody, it's Leanne Graff with today's live class. Every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Central Time, I host a class for card ideas, projects from my studio in Minot, North Dakota. And it is pure winter here. We have, about 3, 4, 5 inches of snow and blowing wind, but sunny. So we always appreciate the sunshine. All right, I am gonna refresh my screen and see who's joining me today. Okay, I'm gonna scoot my camera just a little closer, see if that works. Taking a little while for it to catch up here. Come on. I seem to be frozen, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh gosh, I would have to fiddle with it. Now it's just a hair crooked. Why does that bother me so much? It's kind of crazy. I don't see anybody commenting yet, so just want to be sure that we're all good. Let me know you're watching so I know I'm really live. It says I am. There we go. Hey Janine, good morning. Okay, all right, we'll get started. I have some neat projects to share with you. One we made this month at one of my card clubs. And the other one, I found a neat fun fold card idea that I wanted to share with you. So that's what we're doing today. But I have some business to take care of first. We are almost a month in with celebration and still have all of February to go. And we still have quite a few months left of the mini catalog. And I thought I will go over the inventory status report right now first. If you're watching later, this can change by the hour. Demonstrators have access to a list like this. The only way customers know what is or isn't available is if you actually go to the store. And my shop is shopwithleanne.com. And you can access all of the inventory, whether it's retiring on the last chance list or new or online exclusives, whatever, you can see it all on the website. But here are a few of the embellishments that are unavailable. We're now into some March dates, which is really scary. Hopefully it's not something you really want badly. And then, oh, you know what? This is back available. I should, I'm going to cross that off. I missed that when I was editing last month. So the Color Coach is back. Some new designer papers, though, from this catalog are now on the list. The Timeless Plaid, which is unfortunate, and the Floral Delight, but hopefully just a couple weeks and they will be back. And then we have a lot of dies and a punch, so a ton of them, but they're not too long out. So I'm hoping many of these have been extended and then extended and then extended. They must be having some serious trouble getting these in. So I know some people have been waiting for some of these to become back available. So just keep hanging in. I will keep you informed with my lives when they are off the list or no longer on the list, I should say. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining me. I really appreciate you tuning in each week. I know last week I wasn't live, but I did post a video and hopefully you saw that. It was 3 card ideas using the Timeless Plaid, and they were all fun folds. And they are being shared on my blog this week. So at flowerbug.net, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, I have 3 fun fold ideas there that you can actually print out the project sheets. You know, I was looking back on my project sheet category, and I have over 114 project sheets now available here. So if you like having things printed out, ready for, let me just grab one really quick. I always think of things afterwards. So this is what they're like. They have a picture of the project. And here is another version of that project that I posted. I think this is today's. And it gives the measurements, it gives the directions, and then on the back it gives the products that I used. So that's kind of how the project sheets work. Now this was one I shared on the last week's video. using Timeless Plaid. Here's another one I shared with a neat curtain fold, and then a sympathy card, all using the plaid designer paper that is out of stock right now for a few weeks. But I mean, you get the card ideas. This is our pretty new basic beige. So if you're interested in that, I actually have a cardstock share happening with these items. So I have, well, let me just follow my list. Don't get so distracted, Leanne. All right, let's see. Let's scoot that over. So let's do Prize Patrol. So last week, I was giving away, well, actually it was 2 weeks now. I was giving away these classic matte dots to somebody who commented, and Kathy Westman won that. Congratulations, Kathy. I don't know if you're on yet. And Elizabeth Merkel won a free tutorial from my tutorial shop. So just go there, Elizabeth. I messaged you, and you can pick out any tutorial value between $15 and $16, and I will send you the PDF for free. So that's for sharing my videos. So today, this week, I am giving away a set of pastel adhesive back sequins. What I love about sequins so much is that they are so flat. They do not give any height or weight to your cards, so great for mailing. So that's one thing. And usually the colors are changeable. They're like, they go with so many of our colors. So yeah, congratulations, gals. Thank you so much for sharing. I have some shares happening, and I thought I'd let you know one of them is cardstock shares. So what I did was I grabbed, oh, let me just grab something again. Oh. Okay, so here is the beautiful bouquet sample sheet that I share with my customers, either online or in person. And what I did was I grabbed 4 of those colors and I put together my own pack of cardstock to match. So I have one of these for, I think, 6 different designer papers in the spring catalog. So when you're looking at these papers, I actually posted it last week on my blog at flowerbug.net. So if you're interested, they are $11.50 plus tax and shipping. And if you do 2 packs, I have to send it priority. So it is another $8 something depending on when where we send it to. But it's a great way to get a variety pack instead of one whole pack of, say, Calypso Coral or a Balmy Blue. This one is Berry Burst and then Fresh Freesia. So you can see how beautiful they work with the bouquet paper. So I have one of those for all 6 designer papers in here. So if you're interested, let me know, message me here. I did not answer back to Lisa. I think she was interested in the Timeless Plaid. And I just saw that today, Lisa. I apologize. So I will get back to you. So the other share I have happening is my embellishment share. So this is an actual true embellishment share. I haven't shown this yet. 5 different embellishments. You get a share of the little bees, the vanilla pearls, the party dots, and the sunny day, and then these are the bouquet sequins. So this, oh boy, now I'm gonna be called on the carpet here on how much that is. Oh, I can't remember. It seems like it's, oh, hold on. It was $13. So for all that, you could get a share of all 5 new embellishments in the spring catalog. So that's $13. That's plus shipping, of course. And then I have my designer paper share. So this is a single share of 6x6 paper. And this one is $16. That includes tax and shipping to me, and then I have to send it to you. But it has all 7 designer papers in here, including the vellum. So I have these shares ready to go. So if you're interested, yeah, Barb, you should be getting your paper share. Well, it was mailed off yesterday, so hopefully you'll get it in the next couple days. So that is my paper share. So you also do get these individual die cuts. Now these are assorted. You get die cuts from the storybook memories, and you get from the Wildflower birthday paper. So those are in a separate baggie. And then I include the list of cardstock colors that matches each of the paper. So those are some of my shares happening: cardstock share, designer paper share, and embellishment share, if you're interested in those. Let's see, I'm also in the process of mailing out my card kits this week. My January card kits to go. So this is exactly what you get. You get a half a pack of the designer papers. This is the Wildflower birthday. You get the 10 card kit, a share of the party dots, and the gold twine. That is the Wildflower birthday cards. And really quickly, these are those cards. So I'm going to share a picture today on my Facebook page of my prep for this. So that is Wildflower birthday. In the beautiful bouquet, you get the card kit, a share of the ribbon, the brass butterflies, and the beautiful bouquet half a pack of paper. And those cards are these. I had some really interesting layouts with this pretty paper that are just fun. And you actually get exclusive videos with these projects as well. The Wildflower birthday were all fun fold cards, and these included a few fun fold cards. So I have multiple left of these if you're interested, and they can be found on my shop, flowerbugshop.com, if you're interested. So just saying that they are going out this week. My husband has shoulder surgery tomorrow, so it may not be tomorrow. It may have to wait until Thursday. We'll see what we can get done tonight before his shoulder surgery. All right, okay, that is, I think, I did want to say, Celebration, goes for another month, but as of next week, Tuesday, I believe, they are adding new Celebration choices for the month of February. Now, they didn't tell us what they are, but when they come out, traditionally, they have been items from the annual catalog. So things that, maybe they have excess of. I don't know how they decide what they're bringing, or what they're sharing with us. So yeah, hi Lisa. I was going to message you back about your cardstock share. So I'm sorry I didn't get back to you last week. It's been kind of a crazy week. But yeah, I will get back to you, Lisa, on that. Okay, I think I'm ready to start playing and creating. So we are going to play mostly, how many of you noticed this stamp set? This is actually in our online exclusives. It's called Spring Corners, and I love the greetings that fit into the corner on these cards. So I have an exclusive card with just this that's a neat fun fold, but I'm going to first share the card we made at Club. And that card also featured the Pick a Season stamp set. Now this is a free choice during Celebration. What I love about this tree is that you can fit so many different things in it. You can do Easter eggs, flowers, hearts, and 4-leaf clover. Or you can just make a single little tree. You can do clouds, a fence, and grass. It's just a really sweet set. I really do like this one. It was one of my top picks. The other thing on this card that we're using is the Toadstool Gardens designer paper. So bright, fun colors. This is another free choice during Celebration that you can choose with a $60 order in the US. So both of these are free in the catalog with a $60 order. Okay, so we're not going to do toadstools on this card. I just chose to use the other sides of the designer paper here. All right, so here is the card. So isn't that just adorable with that fun little corner greeting on the tree? I don't know where I came up with the idea, but I knew I wanted to use the tree and the corner stamp set, both of those, and the designer paper. So, and also notice the green triangle. So the green triangle is facing two different ways, and I couldn't decide which way I like it. I don't know, I waffle back and forth on which way I prefer. So yeah, though that's the card we're gonna do. So here are my layers. Now remember, this project sheet will be free next week on my blog. Usually when I share these on my video, it's the following Monday, Tuesday that I share the cards on my blog and the free project sheet. Kind of hoping that you will subscribe to my blog at flowerbug.net so you can see everything that I do and offer. So here is the little triangle. Now what I did here was I textured this with, oh, did I not put it in my bucket bag of tricks? This is the Starburst embossing folder. No, I didn't. This is another free choice during celebration. You know, you don't see much of it. It's just a little edge, but it's something that just adds a little fun and texture. So here I have the striped designer paper. I could use either side. They're both fairly fun and not toadstooly because my card does not have toadstool theme on it. Okay, so on the, I didn't show you the inside yet. So it's a birthday card. So here are the stamps that I use. So I use that one. I use this one twice. Then I use the happy birthday twice, and I colored in with Blends markers. So yeah, thank you. I'm so glad you like it too. And you know, for my clubs, I like to make the process as easy as I can for them. So I brought in my trusty Stamparatus, and it just makes it so everybody gets it in place perfectly. So we are going to do this size right here. And I know we do not currently sell the Stamparatus, but I'm hoping some of you have it or something like it. So we are using Melon Mambo, and I'm gonna just scoot these cards over a little bit so I don't get in trouble. Melon Mambo and Garden Green. If you do not have a Stamparatus, don't worry, you can just stamp with your blocks. But when you're doing multiple people, it does help to just pass this around and everybody gets it perfectly in place. Okay, scoot this over. Oops, and I'm gonna just kind of tap that. It can be difficult to do a, you can see I got ink on some of my my clear plate here, but when you're using the Stamparatus, it does not transfer. It's awesome. Okay, now we can remove this, and I'm going to clean this and this, and then scoot this out of the way. Okay, now we get to have some fun. You know, the more you can stamp, I think the more fun it is. I do enjoy lots of stamping and give them lots of experience at my clubs. So we're going to add our tree trunk. Let me move the card so you can see the stamp set. Super cute. Okay. And then we can do some grass. We're done with the pecan pie ink. Let's scoot that away. We'll add a little bit of grass, and you could do multiples of these if you want to, and just keep going and adding layers, but I chose not to here. Okay, now I think I'm gonna do the flowers this time. Here I did hearts, here I did flowers. Bring in my Melon Mambo. Now when you're doing this, match your stamps to the size of your block, and you won't get so much extra. But if you just use the little, you know, touch method, touch a few times, you won't, and just don't press. Our ink pads are very juicy. There is no need to press on them unless you don't have them well inked. You can see I keep turning to have different positions. It's not just adorable. I do love this card. Okay, so now we're going to get into the inside. I will set that away for a little bit, grab my inside. So these angled corner block or stamps are, I had people who had trouble with them. So when you ink it, I'm trying not to get this full of ink because it tends to collapse when you're inking. So ink in the corner where you don't have to worry about that. And just look before you stamp. If you see any ink here, wipe it off and just fix that before you get into trouble. Okay, so just try and keep it as horizontal as you can. There you go, there is that. Now we are going to, I think we're done with the green. So the birthday, and this could easily be a Valentine's card. I brought out my Valentine's set as well, but we're not going to do that, and I don't have one to show you either. But here are the balloons. Just wipe that off really quick, and then I have the happy birthday. And I tend to do the tap, tap, tap method and just angle it down a little bit. So there we go. And then we can color in with Blends markers. Now I have Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green here. And I really should be using show you a little, this one is a little bit shaded. So this is the dark Granny Apple Green. So I'll just use that, and then I'll go back to my small end and blend that. So just kind of go over that edge a little bit, and you will have somewhat of a shadow. And you can always go back and pull toward the light. See how that shadows? Maybe I'll do a little bit here too. Just use small little marks. Okay, a little bit of shadow, and then we'll do the Melon Mambo. Nice bright pink. I love pink and green together. Okay, there's our inside. Okay, now to put this together, you might notice this one has twine. Let's just add the inside before I get ahead of myself. And this is sometimes how I do my insides. Just make some lines. Doesn't have to cover every bit. Okay, so how I did that twine, I have some old twine, white twine here. I ran out of Stampin' Up's twine, so now I'm using what I call contraband. I go through a lot of white twine because it just goes with everything, and sometimes you just want something. So what I did here is I wrapped around one part of my twine, tie a knot, and then I'm going to tie a bow. And try and keep those ends straight. That's the hardest thing about twine, is like which end is which. Okay, and pull some end or another. That's not it. There we go. Okay, so now I have the part that wraps around, and that's going to get added like this. And you can use mini glue dots. And just add that to the back. Now, what I like about my, oh, that's a little bit loose. Let's get that a little tighter. What I like about this method is that now I can bring that bow up where I want it. So now I can add to my green layer. And I'm actually going to first use liquid glue, and then I'm going to add the whole piece with dimensionals. So the whole piece back here. With dimensionals, and that just adds, because there's not a lot of popped up here, I didn't want them to have to fussy cut the tree or have another layer. I really liked how the corner image worked here. So then you decide how much of your stripe or your designer paper are you going to show. There we go. Now I can add some stones and that card will be done. So I chose to go with our classic rhinestones for this because I don't know, I just like the little sparkle. So I just decided to add a few on one of the flowers on each little trio. And it might seem like a lot, but there we go. Here's the card. On the heart one, I just added some around the area. But what do you think? Hopefully you like the card. I think it's bright and fun and pretty easy too. Okay, so that is, we're done with this stamp set right now. I don't have another card to share with this one at the moment, but we're going to continue playing with the spring corners. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Linda. Good. That makes me happy. When you guys want to copy my cards, that's what I love to hear. Okay, so here we're going to switch colors a little bit. Before we were into the brights with the Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green. Now we're going a little more pastel. So this uses Fresh Freesia. Still grabbed some Garden Green because I do love that color. And we went with a calmer piece of both that one and this one in this Toadstool designer paper. I really like this wood grain. So that's what I did there. I'm going to switch it up though for this card. So Fresh Freesia, Granny Apple, and this I believe was, I think Gray Granite maybe, but we're going to try using this piece this time. So what I love about this card is that it opens like this. So, but what's different about it is that this is a normal 4 1/4 by 11 inch card, and you simply score an extra 1 1/4 inch. Right, well, I'll show you on a real card. That's a lot easier. See, it's just a normal card, but when you add that extra layer of designer paper, it just changes the whole thing, and you hardly had to do a thing to make that a neat fun fold, and you get to use some sheets of designer paper. So hopefully you like that, and I have myself some options for if you just joined me, this is the card that we finished making. So, and yeah, the triangle is fun to just add, you know, sometimes, and you just cut 2 when you get 2 cards, right? So it's a great way to add a second color to pull your colors together. Sometimes you don't want to always have a rectangle on, you know, like this, layering by layering and layering. Try a triangle sometime. Okay. And yeah, this greeting is, like I said, some people turn this card into a Valentine's card, wishing you an amazing day, right? It could be anything. This could be an anniversary card. And this could be a wedding. This could be birthday. So I love the greetings in this set. Oh, okay. So anyway, we're going to play, and I have to decide which layer I want on here this time. So let's start in the center. I really like that greeting. So we're going to go with that. Move some of these out of the way. So you brighten my day. Make sure I got good inking. Okay. Clean that really quick. And set that aside. And then there's this fun little, I don't know what you call that, a starburst or a sunburst that I thought would be a neat way to accent this card. Okay. All right. Now, I think I'm done with this ink. You might wonder how I got this image in multiple colors. And I used our Stampin' Write markers. So let's move that aside And first I'm going to stamp the corners. I'll just do that first. Get this out of the way using my Blackberry Bliss ink. Again, try and keep this as horizontal, flat as you can without getting any ink on this. I might just travel a little bit and then just look, make sure you don't have anything. So we're going to just eyeball. It's really hard to see when your block is on the edge. I have two sides if I don't get it right. Oh, yeah, and it's a little bit not quite inked well. I think I'm too afraid to get my, start over, hopefully, because I only have one of these. That looks clear. Well, because this does make a rectangle. You could even do a square, but I'm going to try. I could have huffed on that. Puffing does make the ink darker. Okay, and we're going to go this way. And, oh, I'm feeling a little shaky today. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. It's not quite square, but I'm okay with that. You can see on there that my square, this is a Stylish Shape die cut. It's just a little bit off from center, but that doesn't bother me. In fact, I kind of like that it's not a square. Okay. All right, so this will fit in there. And yes, it does kind of cut off the Y a little bit, but you don't notice that. You can definitely read the word. Okay, I should have done one of these ahead of time, but I didn't. Well, you can watch me, see if I do this correctly. When you're using markers, I highly recommend you start with the lightest color first, because that will not pick up any of the dark. So I'm actually going over the whole flower on here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to leave that open. Then I'm going to use the Blackberry Bliss. And, oh, I missed this last flower. There's 3. Going over the whole flower. And I don't really care if I get the stem right now, because Granny Apple Green is a lot darker than this. So now I'm just going to get that little top of these cone flowers. And sometimes it helps if you just tap it rather than swipe. Now, for the green, I can color easily down here, but when you get up to the stems, you have to be a little more careful. And when you're coloring, you definitely have to use the side of your marker. And sometimes I just finish with a few little taps. Then you want to huff, because that huffing re-moistens the ink. So hopefully you can see that. Now, what I need to do is clean this, because before I add my light color again, I didn't want to have that Blackberry Bliss on there, or the Granny Apple Green. So I'm going to do the same thing over again. Color with the side of your marker, not the tip. You want these tips to stay nice and sharp. So I'm just going to touch. Okay, and then my green. Here I can be pretty free with my green. It's just when you get up to the stems that you have to really use that tip. And you can do a little bit of tapping, and that might darken your color a touch. I'm going to go a little bit higher on this one, so they're different heights. I'm going to clean right away and put my marker covers back on. So right now during Celebration, did you know you can get 2 packs, like 10 packs of markers for free, plus a stamp set that is made for coloring markers, all when you join as a demonstrator. So it's a really good deal. I think the value is almost $100 when you do that. In addition to $125 free. So yeah, it's a really good deal. And if anybody's interested in joining, I would love you to pick me and join my team. We have a great group. Now let's see. Yeah, I do want it to go this way. So the writing kind of starts like this. So yeah, let me know if you're interested. This is actually another, and then once you join, you can get everything 20% off that you want to order. So if you have a list of dies, cardstock, colors, stamp sets, and you don't really want to pay full price, join as a demonstrator, and then before February's out, put in your first order, and you get all the celebration you want with your order. One for every $60 or $120. I'm trying to make this a tiny little bow. Yeah, so it's a great opportunity to get things at a reduced price and get free markers and a free stamp set. I'm gonna trim that off. You notice that I leave it on the so I don't waste. The only waste I had was that inch, so that's kind of how I do my bows. And this I don't like, but when you do this, it's good because it makes that disappear, those stems. I don't like to see stems. Pick the better side of my bow, press it onto the glue dot, and add. Isn't that just the cutest little bow? That seam binding is another free choice during celebration. Okay, let's assemble this card. Now that all the stamping is done, we have our inside. This is traditional 4 by 5 1/4. I liked that little peak of white. You could add more designer paper to the edge if you want to. I didn't. Okay, so here I have 2 choices. Let's add this first. So this gets added to the back. First I want to see, I'm going to layer things up here. I think I'm going to like the yes, I love the Blackberry Bliss with that. Yes. Okay, so then I still haven't decided which one I'm using, but all you do is match this up, and you have to, this is 4 1/4 inches by a little less than 4 because of this seam. So what you want to do is just add some adhesive and fold that over. So you had it in place, right? So now, do I want to, this is a little bit wider than I might have liked. This one's an inch, this is about 1 inch and 1/8. Let's do this first. Love these colors together. That blackberry, even though it's not in the designer paper, this toadstool designer paper, I really like it with the green. Just gonna see what, I might have to trim that down. I don't know if I like that. I could just leave it plain. That's actually really pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. This is that toadstool paper that's free during celebration. Yeah, Blackberry Bliss is, which set, Jane? The Spring Corner set? It is really cute. It's something different, you know? We get the same old, you know, sometimes seems like the same old stuff. And the corner stamps really intrigued me this time. But yeah, that is a pretty, I love it. So I'm just gonna estimate here where my corner is and catch that. I love it when things hang over the edge. Adds a little interest to your card, right? And you could certainly add more designer paper here. You could add another piece right here, you know, whatever you'd like to do. So I just think it's a fun card fold that uses up some of your paper. So that is the Spring Corner stamp set, and this was the other card that we made today, using the same Spring Corners and the Celebration Pick a Season. So that's what we got. Oh, you like the toadstools, Caroline? Thank you. Yeah, they are fun. They're funky. Okay, all right. I think that's it for today. So let me know if anybody wants a cardstock share, designer paper share, embellishment share, or any of my kits. And you can find my kits at theflowerbugshop.com. You can place an order with me here. Use the host code. Make sure you start making your list so you can get things free during celebration. Don't miss out. It's our one time a year that we have free stuff with orders. Thank you, Cindy. I'm so glad you like the cards. Thanks, Fran. Okay, everybody, take care. Have a great week, and I hope you stamp something and mail something. That's the important part. We need to share our love of stamping with others by sending our cards. All right, thanks so much. Have a great week. Bye-bye.